What's up, everybody? Are we live? Are we good to go? Can you see me? Let me refresh. Let me make sure the sound is right. Everything's on mute. All right. Let me know. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can we start the show? Can we see who's here in the chat? Do some shout outs. Let some people come in and see what's going on. All right. Let me start from the beginning. Ron J, as usual. Ron J, first one, always. Will, Iris, another Will, different Will. Eugene, what's up? Omar, Marcos is here. Mercurial Venom, always here as well. Lit Cherry Vlogs. Let's see, Ben, Hustle Badger, good to see you too. Let me see. Hustlebee is here, so you can ask him anything you want to ask him. Apparently, there was a disgusting post that he had posted on IG recently. We're going to talk about that, but it's not our main topic, but we are going to talk about it. Looks like I froze. Let me make sure we're set. Let me know if I froze or not. Let me see the haircut. I got a haircut, but I didn't comb the hair. I just showered and now I'm here. Adam, Ross Shallington, Mr. Eric, Doug the Pug, what's up? Robert, Storyteller Dad, Faith Lopez is here. Who else is here? Flipping Cheddar, what's up? More people coming in. Tech Pop. Adam, Jorge is here. Marcos is here. He says I'm good. Okay, froze for a little bit. Looks like I'm good. District Deals, as usual. Hustle and Muscle, Zach. Okay, more people coming in. Let's start with our opening topic, and then we'll get into the rest of the show. So let me move everything out of the way. Make sure we're set on here. Let me go to screen share. Yeah, rough week, by the way. At least the last week and a half. It was like fender bender while sourcing. Sourcing was not good. Jury duty, Hustler Hacks jury duty. What's going on here? It's been getting hot. I have to make sure the air conditioner's ready and set, good to go. You don't realize how much it sucks to be an adult until you become one. Then you realize everything. All right, let's go to entire screen. Let me see, share. Let me see. Burlington is dying. That's what I'll. Okay, share. Get this out of the way. All right. Our opening topic is the movie Us. So I saw it this weekend. Let me know in the chat. Did you see the movie? What are your thoughts? Not giving out any spoilers. Stevie D, what's up? Sal, Ben, Callie Fines, Martin Star Deals. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? What did you think about the movie? Personally, it's hard to live up to Get Out, but I thought it was good. But a lot of thinking, and whenever I have to think a lot during a movie, that doesn't help. All right, let's go to. Oh yeah, what was I going to talk? Oh yeah, my word of the week. So word of the week is clone. So it made me think, made me wonder, if you had a clone, what would your clone be doing? Like maybe you would be sourcing, and then your clone would be listing. Maybe your clone would be taking photos. Maybe your clone would be doing some of the work you don't really want to do, chores, household work, cooking and cleaning. But I think you had a clone that was working really, really good. You'd be nonstop. You'd be unstoppable out there on reselling if you had a clone out there doing the work. I said clone, not clown. But let me know, what will your clone be doing? Hustlebee, this is why we can't have Hustlebee in the show, because we get demonetized. Clone and me would be sourcing. So both clones would be sourcing. That's pretty interesting. My clone would be messing around. My clone would drive me around to stores. Well, then that's kind of tough too, because then you have a chauffeur, a clone. I think it'd be more effective if your clone went to one store and you went to another store. I think that'd be good. Working my 9 to 5, that's a good one, Justin. So have your clone working 9 to 5, and then you're out there sourcing, doing your thing. You can even have your clone out there hey, clone, the wife really wants to sit and talk, and you can listen. This is your time to shine. And then clone, but let me know, wife, wants sexy time, call me in. And then, the wife wants to cuddle. Clone, you're back in. It's your turn. You can even switch some role. The next thing you know, you have more time to source. Clone would help out a lot. Let me see, driving me around, list items at home, packing, shipping, and cleaning. Gritty Girl Boss, what's up? Um, Moundstar deals, doing my other job, make out with myself. That's from Ben. That's hilarious. Clone means I have to upgrade the family cell plan. Yeah, you don't want that. Definitely don't want that. And you don't want to have, like Doug the Pug, you don't want to teach your clone how to source. Like the clone just has to know. All right, let's go to store updates. What is going on with LA area? I mean, how many times have we talked about California, LA, doing all that? And they keep adding more stores. This one came out March 25th. So what, 2 days ago? Jordan Towns Plaza gets 4 new tenants. And I was reading this. I was like, okay, I get it, Ross. But it says Nike. I don't know if this is, well, what happened? I don't know if this is a Nike clearance store, factory store, maybe just one of the high-end Nike stores where everything is regular price. I don't know. But it says Nike, Smart and Final Extra, Ross, and Blink Fitness have all signed leases here at this Jordan Downs Plaza, a mixed-use project in Los Angeles Watts neighborhood. And let's see, 75% of the retail component of $5 billion project. So let me know. Do you know where this is? Are you somewhat in this area? But Nike, let's see what kind of Nike they bring in. But at least for sure, you're getting yet another Ross. Like if California doesn't have already a lot of Rosses, you get another one. So that's the update on this area. I will find it. I'm from LA. Ron J. Jordan Downs, it's in the hood. That's from Ron J. That's what they're doing. So look at that. Major 2 and Major 1. So they're building that up. I'm on the wrong coast. That's from Robert. All right, West Virginia. I don't know how far. Where's District Deals? I don't know how far he is from this. Not enough for Ross's. That's from Zach. So West Virginia, this is coming to Ranson this fall. I don't know where this is exactly. But Potomac, I said that right? Marketplace, shopping center. Let me see. Construction, 22,000 square foot retail space for the discount clothing and home goods store. Marshalls, and this was March 21st. Apparently, Tim Cook from Apple wrote this article. This is, I guess we'll see when they start getting this going. But there we go. Another Marshalls. That's from Chris. That's my neck of the woods. So there we go. District Deals is already there. He's helping them build the Marshalls as we talk about it. Small ass town. That's from Chris also. Let me make sure I'm not frozen. Make sure everything's good. Yep, everything's good in the live. So check out that new Marshalls. And yeah, we'll see when that opens. Why did my Burlington close? That's on Baron Von Deals. Where is that one? Let me know. All right, let me see. Potomac. That's what this is. Okay, hustle and silence. Sorry if I said it wrong. Okay, so I found this article. Let me open this up, and I could talk about this one. So it says the most popular clothing store chain in every state. So let's go through this. It actually came out March 4th. I'm interested because I want to see how popular Marshalls, Burlington, Ross really is. So let's see. I don't even know how they even found this out. Oh, here we go. Foursquare put together a list, most visited department and clothing store chains in the U.S. Based on its own visit data. So let's see if this is even real. Alabama, Belk. Don't ask me why I was in Alabama, but one time I was in Alabama and I was like, what is Belk? Like, never seen it, never heard of it. And apparently Alabama loves Belk. Alaska, Burlington. So that's interesting. For all the Alaska hustlers out there, let me know in the chat if you're from Alaska. Burlington, Arizona, Ross. Arkansas, TJ Maxx. And California, Macy's. I guess we're getting a little fancy. People still use Foursquare. That's a good question. That's my spot. That's my spot. Belks. Let me see. We go down. Colorado, Kohl's, and Kohl's. 3 straight. District of Columbia, H&M. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Ross, Florida. That's no surprise. They have a bunch. It's almost like you have to go to Ross because there's just so many of them. TJ Maxx, Georgia. I know that's true. People let me know. Georgia, TJ Maxx, Hawaii, Ross. I could see that happening. TJ Maxx, Idaho. And let's see, Kohl's, TJ Maxx, Kohl's, and Kohl's. I don't know why people love Kohl's so much. I mean, probably get way better stuff at Ross and Marshall's anyway. TJ Maxx, Kohl's, Belk in there again for Mississippi. And where's Texas? Let's see, New York, Macy's, New Mexico, Dillard's. I don't know what's going on there. And North Dakota, JCPenney, because they have nothing else. And Texas, Ross. Kohl's, laugh my ass, that's hilarious. And that's it. That's narrowing it down. West Virginia, Kohl's, Nordstrom, Kohl's, and TJ Maxx. All right, so those most popular stores, according to this insider article. All right, let's go here. Let's get out of this power rankings time. Now, I'm going to separate this a little bit because usually I just show all at once. Eventually, I will show all of them in their full rankings. But I'm going to go like store by store and show some examples. No DD's discounts? I know, what's the deal? All right, number 4, number 5 are given. I mean, we know this already. We know it's rough. We know nothing new for TJ Maxx. I win again, of course. Might just be in my area. I don't know. But DD's discounts, nothing. TJ Maxx, haven't seen anything. So I'll continue to go. I won't just diss DD's discounts right off the bat. Let's see what happens. All right, let's go to number 3. Now, Marshall's, we're at 2.5 stars. Now, let me tell you right now, Ross, not that far away. Ross is struggling right now. But we're going to get into that. Marshall's, Air Max 95s are still coming up. Now, I did see more people talking about them being at $79.99. So that apparently it's a big price difference, $79 instead of $59. Air Max 270s have now been showing up at Marshall's. KDs for grade school, we've seen a lot of those. I think like the Warriors white colorway gold box, I've seen a lot of those right now. Low end cleats, like we had Victory recently. I was like, what is this? Some low end Neymars that I think were like a yellowish color. Under Armour fat tire, which we're going to get into too. Some good, some bad. I just Marshall's was on top maybe like a month and a half ago, and then they've just kind of been at this number 3 spot for a while now. It's kind of hard to put, thrift stores and Nike, because people are like, what happened to Nike Outlet? How come it's not on this list? Nike Outlet should always be number 1, because you can get things in volume. It's totally different than these stores that we're relying on, whatever is kind of in your area and what's going on. So Air Max 95, 270s. Let's get into some of the examples. So Tommy's has picked up 8 Flight Posits, 2 Air Force 270s, Foam Posit Pro, Marshall's yesterday. So there we go. I mean, it could be coming up on the rise. I don't know. But whatever people have tagged me in, whatever I could see, and in my area, it's been a little dry. So let's go down. Marshall's. So 270s. This is from our boy Relentless Resale, who, by the way, on this post was asking if he should have taken these. And if Hustle B were to answer that question, he would say, do your own research. So, Carlos, if you're watching, there's your answer. $59.99, 270s, and some people are like, leave, pass. Here's the thing, this color isn't that great. So how many do they have? 4 of them. Depends on the size. It all comes down to research. I don't care how good the model is. It still comes down to research. You have to double and triple check, go through all the marketplaces and see if it's going to be worth to buy it or not. You got to do it. Can I move this out of the way? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go down. And I think we might have done this one for Maximo Finds. I know you're in there in the chat. I think $49.99 fat tires. Those sell great. Some people skip over these just because they are Under Armour and they do look a little weird. And maybe if you did wear these at places, you'd have probably people looking at you. But hey, $50 and they do sell well. So I put that in there for our examples for Marshalls. If you tagged me on anything in Marshalls lately, at least like this whole day, maybe late yesterday, I try to make sure I got this whole presentation done by like the midday yesterday. So we won't do shout outs if you just tag me until the next one. So there we go. Let's go to the next one. Ross. So did I have him tie? I think I did. Yeah, 2.5. So Ross right now is dying, and we have one store that actually added like 2 more racks of shoes, and I was like, okay, I can get used to this. I like this. We're getting more shoes. And then I just noticed how many RBX were in there and how many like dressy shoes were in there. And I was like, man, this is not good. This is not what I envisioned. And my dream ended up becoming a nightmare in that case. And Ross, 2.5 stars. Air Max 97 for women's are still out there. Jordan 31s and 31 low, some are out there. Hockey jerseys, which is one of our examples. We're going to talk about that. Levi's Central, exactly. PG 1s, still there. Kyrie's also a little mix, and crazy amount of Puma jerseys right now. Some cheap, $10.99. Remember we talked about the Evo knit one. That one's selling for like what, $59, $79 range. But the other one's being at $25 for a Puma jersey that retails for $60 or $70. Just doesn't make sense. So, because even some of the Nike jerseys being at 25, it's like same thing. Comes down to the research if you really want to be spending that much money. Hustle and Silence, $9.99. Appreciate that. Hustle and Silence, who have been met in person, watches every single live show. Appreciate the super chat. So $10. Hustle and Silence will be here for a while. How do we make this? You know what? You'll see it on here on this top corner. Let me see what else it says. I would sleep in Gore-Tex if I could. That's hilarious. Found 8 college team golf and baseball cleats at one of my Ross stores. None at the other 5 Rosses. Yeah, I think I saw one too. I forgot what they were Beavers. Might have been Oregon State, I think, maybe. I think that was what I found. So Ross, shout out to HTX Ross Finds, which Houston, Texas. 180 retail. This is authentic jerseys, and this one I don't think I showed the price in here, but I believe it was $6.99. $6.99 authentic jersey. Those are the prices we like. None of the $24.99, not the $39.99. $7 for authentic Kings jersey, and this is what, size 46. It's a good size too. So that's a really good find. Hopefully some of these start coming up. And I guess that was my only Ross update. So I thought I had more, and I guess not. But let me know in the chat anything else from Ross that honestly, all the tags right now to get shout outs on the live shows have been Burlington. Straight Burlington. Ross, I just haven't seen much. I'm hoping that they make a comeback and we can be happy for Ross once again. Need water. All right. They should make a condom out of Gore-Tex because we have been getting all right. Oh, this guy, Rinky Dinky, that's his name. So a bunch of the white ones, $6.99. There we go. Jordan golf cleats at $3.50. Man, sold those OSU golf before. Talking about the golf cleats earlier. Let's go to Burlington. So, Burlington, why is it number 1? It should be pretty easy. We're getting a lot of tags. We saw some different photos throughout the week since the last episode. High-end cleats, yes, are still there. NMDs, just depends on the color. Air Max 97s, men's and women's. Vapor Max, men's and now kids. Let me see, golf shoes and LeBron 16. A lot of golf shoes I think have been popping up lately. Do your research on them. Don't skip them. Some people just like, they're golf. They're kind of weird, and they just like skip over them completely. Do the research. Trust me, there's some good stuff. Burlington has Kyrie 1. That's from Will. LeBron 16s, which I'm still trying to find, are not there. High-end cleats, where they at, though? That's in Doug the Pug. Found orange Mercurial Superfly Elite soccer cleats at Ross for $21.99. So Ross, if you can make a comeback, we're ready. Burlington's been fire. Seems like Marshalls is getting better product over Ross. It looks like a flea market. Some days, nothing good to pick. Never be afraid of B-grade Nike Flyknit golf shoes, especially Flyknit. Let me see. How did help me find 50 pairs of cleats at single Burlington, which we'll talk about that. So Burlington now, there's one clear example of why Burlington, this example alone, why Burlington is number one right now. If you can find this, which you might. Some people already have. Shout out to District Deals. Vapor Max 97 for kids. Probably, I think they were $44.99. I think. But I think someone else found like a size 6. I mean, obviously you want to go for 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, and 7. This one alone, you're gonna want to get. And I'm gonna go deep into the archives when I did find this shoe. But they were selling like hotcakes. People love this model, even though I am a little weird about combining the 97s with Vapor Max bottom. But I do like the gold with this red Nike swoosh in here. District Deals, let me know. I know he's there. Maybe he came in and out of the chat. Let me know. This is just an awesome find. Let me see. I went to Burlington before the stream. Pink NMDs, Doug the Pug. There we go. Burlington has a bunch of slides with DD's discounts, rags on them. That's weird. Or tags, I should say. Tags says rags, but tags, which is weird. Found these 97s without Vapor Max bottoms, which still big money. Found a different Vapor Maxes. So there we go. So here is that haul. This is actually from October 2018. So remember how we talked about the outlets get a lot of the, or we're going to see Ross, Marshalls, Burlington, same shoes that we see at the outlets, and they eventually find their way there. So in this case, this one was at my outlet, and it hit down to $80 plus 20. They came out to 69 bucks. And at this time, this was my haul from that. And people were buying these like crazy. 160, 180. If you find this shoe, even now, if you want to go look through the apps, look through eBay, all of that, they sell great. So look out for this one. If there's one reason to go to kids in that section. Yes, they are kids. 5Y, 6Y, all of that. Let me go to Burlington, the rest of the finds. So Park finds. Derek, if you just tagged me, I have to go double check. I'm not going to get to everybody on this one, but also doing some shout outs at the very end. But Park finds, NMDs. We talked about these data mosh ones, I think. We talked about that one in the last episode for Smash or Pass. Also some golf in there for 39. This one, Ross Shallington, and he has these look like Kyrie's to me. They're a little cut off, but look like Kyrie's. Air Max 90, a little mix. We got the golf, we got the NMDs. So nice little haul there. And so in general, here is our complete breakdown of the power rankings. It's rough, nothing new. We talked about Marshalls. Actually, this is an error. This should be 2.5. I had them tie. I don't know what happened here. But Burlington, regardless, remains the same. 4 stars. They're at number 1 right now. It wasn't for my Burlington because you saw my video of the lackluster finds, which we're also going to talk about that later. So let me know the power rankings. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think about it? But I'm pretty sure from all the tags that I've been getting and DMs and emails that Burlington remains on top. The show is now sponsored by RBX. Actually, we should take that back because they're not giving any money. In order for us to say that name, they should be giving money. All right, let's go. Now, apparently somebody else found something throughout the week. And but we're not going to talk about this photo yet. We're going to talk about our main thing, which is capital. So it made me wonder 2 things. Do you have a game plan for the year? And what I mean by this is not necessarily Ross, Burlington, Marshalls, but Nike Outlet and the different sales that they have. Do you plan for this kind of stuff? And also made me think about this. Uh, to get this haul, right? I'm assuming they're $24.99, maybe some are $19.99, a little mix. To buy something like this, you also have to have the capital ready to go. So my question is, if you were ever in this situation, and let's say all of this came up, what would you do if you were low on capital? What if you only had, hey, I came up with this game plan, I had like $900 to spend for products to resell. You don't want to lose out on any of this kind of stuff. But if you didn't have the capital, what would you do? Now, in this situation, you would probably just get it charged on a credit card because you're not going to lose out. You would do something to keep it going. But what if the next day was like Nike Friends and Family? Or what if the next day after that was a different kind of haul, like at Marshall's, where maybe the shoes were $49, $59. And now you got to spend another $500, even though they were good, good haul, but you got to spend the money to make money. So that district deals prostitute myself. I thought those days were over, but apparently not. Let me go make sure we're not frozen. No, we're good. Okay, so if there's one thing you should screenshot out of this whole live show, it would be this. This is free to you, by the way. I don't charge for courses and guides. But Nike Factory Store 2018. So this is last year. This was their schedule on how they came out with MVP, Friends and Family, sales that happen throughout the year. We know that they're going to give us 20% off the back wall, some 30% off the back wall. They come up with these deals most of the weekend. But going through this, do you prepare throughout the year to make this money from these finds? Or is it just kind of like, I'm just going to hope I have some capital to use when things happen? And if that's the case, that's a wrong game plan. You would really have to know what's up. And when the sales are happening, you better be prepared. You better have capital ready, and you're not going to lose out on whatever opportunities, come up. So in 2018, redeeming the MVP pass that they gave you in December. Friends and Family, 30% off came in February. Remember, this is last year, not this year. MVP pass, April 5th. You're earning the pass. And then later on that month, they had Friends and Family, April 26th. Redeem the pass, May 1st. Friends and Family, July 19th. And then earn MVP the 27th. You need capital all year round for all this. Redeem MVP pass, September 6th. Friends and Family again, November 1st. All of this you have to keep in consideration. You're not just going to play it by ear. Hey, MVP's coming around. Hey, Friends and Family's coming around. No, you got to prepare for this stuff all year round. If you're really planning to do this, I don't care if it's part-time or full-time, you got to be ready. Let me see. I have to go to Nike Outlet again. Haven't been there forever. Knowledge bombs deserve like button. Appreciate that. You're going to hit the like. Hit your boy with a super chat. There we go. Yeah, B. Let me see. I'm going to start Patreon for the funds. Brian Oak. Try to get some stripping. Doug the Pug. That could also work. Let me see. Start dealing again. That's from Drummer. Layaway swag. Well, Burlington does have layaway, so you probably could do that with the cleats. So this is the things we kind of have to plan for. That's why I kind of say, if there's a huge haul there, are you ready for another huge haul? You don't want to, miss out on opportunities. So let's go deeper into this. You can't force the issue. So let's say an important Nike date is coming near. Let's say Friends and Family is coming up and you get 30% off, and it's going to happen next weekend. Your experimental phase of random Ross finds, you can't do at that time if you're strapped for capital. You got to be ready for the next best thing, and you wouldn't be spending money if you didn't know, if it was just like an okay to average find. You don't want to do anything like that. Hustle B, $6.99 for the screenshot. I like that. The B pitching in. It's about 1/100th of what, or 1/1000th of what he will make from his mega cleat haul. But I appreciate the $7. And flipping cheddar, $4.99. It's a nice little icon when you see that cheddar, $5, and I appreciate that too. For the super chat, if you guys were able to catch that nice little screenshot. So now, perfect time to also review your inventory, not losing out on new opportunities that are coming out because of lack of capital. Again, you're not here because you want to lowball everything. You're going to stay patient, but you're also not going to lose out on opportunities. So review your current inventory. What else can you sell to reinvest in something else, because mistakes do happen. You still owe me Korean barbecue, this guy. All right, let me go. Let's talk a little bit about PayPal Capital Loan and if that's worth it. Make sure we're not frozen, which we're not. Okay, PayPal Capital Loan, is it worth it? So let's play this example. Let me know in the chat. Number one, have you ever gotten this loan? First off, let me know. Number two, let me know if you thought about it but passed. And then number three, what if you're like, hell no, I don't even want to try. I don't like what this has to. Once I start seeing percentages and interest, I'm not interested. So if you're interested in this, how does it work? Let's say you want to get a $10,000 loan. You're getting $10,000. Let's say based on whatever interest rate you get, $1,200, you're going to pay that in interest. You pay back $11,000 total. But depending on the percentage of your sales, you're going to get a higher interest rate, 15%, 20%, 25, 30% of your sales. So that's going to hurt you in the short term, but in the long term, if you have things to invest in and you have that ready to go, then that will benefit you, assuming you're going to use this all on, products to resell. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that are like, they end up screwing around with their money, and then they're using some of this money to do other dumb stuff. But if it was, for products that are going to work out, that you need, that you want, and that you're going to make money on, it, could benefit you in the end. Everybody's different. Number two, yes, but pass from Ron J. 1K a month, laugh out loud. It totally depends on how much you can get. 15,000, 20,000, whatever they approve you for. But percentage of your sales is probably what turns people off a little bit, because you're not going to see all the money coming in of the profit. But like I said, if you're in desperate need of capital and there's some huge sales coming up, you might want to look into it. Let me see. Using rewards credit card, paying off every month, which we're going to talk about credit cards if you're smart about it. Just same thing with this. You have to be smart about the whole loan part. Let me see. Low key, you can buy a car using PayPal money. DFW kicks. PayPal account instant. Do you use the PayPal Capital Loan? How do you receive the money in your PayPal account? Yes, PayPal account. See, so Ken has done this a lot of times. Even when he explained it to me, I was like trying to figure this out. And I was like, no, it does make sense though, because for the long-term run, getting products that you're going to make obviously really good money on makes sense. But once you start, like if you did 10% of your sales or 15%, they're going to kill you on the interest rate. So that also comes into play. Let me see. So yes, it's in your PayPal account is what you receive the money on, and you have that money to work with. So that might be in your consideration. So here's the things. Top ways to get capital. Number one, sell your kicks or high value products. Sell your laptop you're not using, or your iPad, or your Xbox, or PS4, stuff you're not using, stuff that's worth money. You can make money on, sell it, use that money back, of course, to reinvest. Bank loan or PayPal Capital Loan, you have to be smart about it. Same thing with the credit cards. It's not really recommended unless you know what you're doing. Half a Pino, obviously in the chat, has a full breakdown of paying off and getting certain rewards back. If you know what you're doing, and you're not paying these ridiculous interest rates from stores, then it'll help you in the long run. You're smart. But review the old inventory. Remember, you can sell that and reinvest in something else that maybe just wasn't the best find. But don't undercut and get rid of really good inventory to buy other inventory. That wouldn't make sense. It has to be questionable finds that are older, that you want to somewhat get rid of, even if you're just making your money back because you can reinvest in something else, not your good stuff. Okay, let me see. Let me go back. I thought we had some other questions on here. Let me see. PayPal loan, you get pre-approved and hold off getting the money until you line up an inventory deal. No, I mean, they could give you the money once you're approved. You can get that money, but it's really up to you. If you have a deal ready, I mean, you might want to consider this. You got to know what to buy. Exactly. Like, you have to be ready and you wouldn't get it and then just go about your day on a regular sourcing thing. So where finds are here and there. All right. Comments. And then we'll get into the closing. Closing is a little bit longer because we have a lot to talk about. Like B's photo. Okay. This was from my recent video with Burlington being an epic fail. Rob says, my local Burlington has no cell service inside. It's a dead zone. Same with the Target next to it. Seriously cramps the eBay due diligence. And Baron Von Deal says, yes, me too. Baron Von Deals is actually here in the chat. I started to take pics of the tongue. Then when I have a bunch, go out to parking lot and look them up when I got signal. So I like that answer. I think it's there's certain stores like not DD's Discounts. Plato's Closet has really bad signal, and I'm like, man, this sucks. And so I go off of like instincts from like sneaker knowledge, but something like this, trying to figure out what's going to work for you. But also just helping others out. So I like the answer, taking a picture of the tongue, doing the research when you do. You can go back, you can hide them, stash it somewhere like we've seen some of the videos that I do, and then come back and, get the finds. But I think it's important to do the research period, whether you can, anybody can do it. So you can't really say just because it's a dead zone, anything like that. Finding ways out of that to do the right research to make sure you get, the finds, you get it correct. So there we go. Stash the finds. Exactly. Drummer. We're frozen. No, we're good. Okay. Now let's go to the closing shout outs, and we're going to have a conversation after all this. So Maximo finds with the New Balance 1400s. That's $39.99. And shout out to you, even though we already did a Maximo's finds. I don't know how you got in here again. Cody Thrive out here with the Curry 4s, I believe. I don't know where he got them from. Curry 4s, so shout out there. And man, this one was tough. I think this was one of those shoes that I think a lot of people thought they were going to do extremely well. And this is an obvious return. So shout out to the Super 6'4", who found the Air Max 90s, but I think they were just obviously a one return, but I think they were just they were weirdly hyped. I don't know. I wouldn't rock these, but they were weirdly hyped. And then like I'd seen more people, I think, getting more returns showing up at the outlets of the shoe. So yeah, it was really hyped for some reason, and it just didn't fall through all the way. All right, hype shoe but ugly. At least you get percentage off of them. Exactly. Now in that case, getting them at the outlet with a plus 30, which I think last weekend was a plus 30, then yeah, that's a good deal. So there we go. Dead stock deals with first time finding boxing shoes out here. So Box Hog. Boxing shoes don't mess around. It's kind of like one of those, when you see this, you're like, what the hell is that? And when you see it, you're like, okay, now you got to do the research. If you find something like this, you have to double and triple check and see what this is. And so, Yeah, that's a really good find. You know these are gonna sell good. And looking for thrift said sold the black ones quick for 80. I think these are selling. I mean, I'll probably say like what 120, 140 or something. But also depends on the size, of course. And Half a Pino, who where is Half a Pino? I know he's in here. Half a Pino, who tagged me in the photo, let us know he got stuff, and did not let us know what it actually was. So shout out to Half a Pino. This more likely is a 270 box, and I'm just gonna assume these are Shocks Gravity at this point, because I can't see a label and I have no clue what it is. So shout out to Half a Pino. And Hustle Ventures, which tagged me on this one, quit his 9 to 5, hated his job, had a full thing about it. And so check out this little setup with the cleats, everything. Half a Pino Nike tees. Exactly. Just a tease. And shout out to you for quitting your job and going full time. I mean, going full time is the ultimate freedom, and it is going to be tough. It is going to be rough, but making that jump, I got to applaud you. So, Hustle Ventures, shout out to you and tagging on this photo, and congrats on going full time. All right, you can tag me on whatever you want. You can let me know what your finds look like. You can get a shout out on the live show. Let me know all of that. Follow at Hustler Hacks. Tag me whatever you want. And I think we're done with the live show. Oh, yeah. So someone apparently also found something, and I totally forgot that we were going to talk about this. So congratulations to Ken the Hustlebee for this mega haul of 3 carts full. And I didn't get a lot of questions, but of course he probably got a lot of questions, and the comments were out of control. So so I want to talk about this Photoshop. Exactly. The questions, the questions and comments in Instagram were pretty hilarious. And we got a lot of just random comments that were ridiculous. So, number one, I don't know how, these are just my thoughts, right? I don't know how this photo hurts or helps your business in any way. That's why I didn't really understand, of course, the hate that came from it, right? But of course, people love when people fail and they question, finds like this, or winning at things, or doing well and success. People will question that. And and so there was like people in the comments questioning life and their existence. There was another guy that was like, those are gonna tank. I mean, right when I saw the photo, tanking. And I was like, man, this is ultimate hate. And there was another guy that just got kind of weird, and he was like, Hustlebee, where were you on March 24th, 1999 at 8:34 p.m. Can you confirm that you were not in this city at that day at this time? And I was like, what is going on here? Like, this was just like people were just going out of control. But I want Kenny to succeed, just like I want you to succeed, that you're watching, just like I would think you would want me to succeed. We're all in this, and we're somewhat, we're a community. We support and help, unless you're like in the same, I guess, like same little area as your competition. Now, in that case, you're probably not helping. But in the bigger spectrum of things, seeing finds from far away, that's where it's totally different. I mean, the reason why I say I don't see it, why it would help or hurt you, is because it's not like, Ken finding this haul was like, man, my sales just jumped up like 46% now because of Ken's haul, or my sales are just sucking now ever since Ken found that haul. That doesn't make sense, right? And so the only way this haul would have helped me is if Ken would have been like, if he would have tagged me and just been like, Hustler Hacks, Sensei, thank you for teaching me your ways. And I just won the battle at Burlington today with 3 really good cards. And now I will donate all the proceeds of these cleats to your channel to continue that success. Now, that's the case. That definitely would have helped. But what I want to talk about is Instagram, like, and the whole thing and how that works and why this kind of thing happens. So I thought this was perfect timing, that Ken found, that Ken found all this and posted this at the same time that I had one of the worst videos that I could post on my channel, because I think the most realistic way and the realistic view that you can look at sourcing and doing this is that some days you're going to be this, and some days you're going to be this, and you're also going to be a whole in between if you plan on getting into this business. Don't expect this all the time. Don't expect this all the time, but you will have the days in there. And that's just part of the game. Like, seeing this photo is why we do this. Like, that's why we play this game, is to get stuff like this. And when you have crappy days like this, that's also part of the game. But the problem is, on IG, we just don't see a lot of this side. We only see a lot of the good stuff. There's some people out there that do post, what they get or not get, and kind of go through their journey. But for the most part, we're looking at the highlights. We're looking at how great things are. But as a reseller, that's not true. And so I liked that it worked out that way for the video. Because think about it. Think about how to post something like this with 2 lackluster finds. Think about the testicular fortitude it takes to post something like this to get garbage. And but I like that it's the realistic journey. And the only way I can really compare it to, it's probably like my most lame example, is, I'm showing my age here. How did Eminem win the rap battle? In 8 Mile, right? He showed the full thing and talked about his weaknesses and told the truth. And that's how he won, because how realistic is the journey, and showing the good and the bad is really, I think, how you would earn the ultimate respect coming from that. So that's what I'm saying. I think going down to the full details, just like what Hustle Ventures, when he was going full time, like, I would be interested to see his full time, everyday type of thing. What's going to happen now, right? Because it wouldn't be realistic if he was just like, man, I'm just like hitting it all. I'm just getting all these fines nonstop. It wouldn't make sense. But journey into full time. Now what happens if there was like a daily vlog, daily journey that you could see someone struggling and having their good days, having their bad days, having the mix of everything. It's tough. So that's a really long story. It is. So let's go back to the photo. Is this possible? Can somebody get 3 full carts full of cleats? Here's a photo of Charlie, but because this is what happened on Instagram. Everybody's trying to figure this out. Can it happen? Let's go back. January 30th, 2019. I did a live show video. We did a shout out to Soupies, who found 54 pairs all at one store. And during this time too, he had let us know that there were more than this. There was more than 54 pairs. There was somebody else that he was also there at the store with that picked up some. And I think he even went back the next day that they had so many of them. That was just wild. Um, and so in total, it was probably in between like 80 pairs, maybe even 100 from that one and whatever the guy got. Um, and I think going back the next day, it was insane. So I want you to look at this photo side by side. Do you see anything similar? Is there anything here that would tell you something? Here's the Soupy's photo, and here's Ken's photo, the non-photoshopped photo of me and Carlos, the real photo. Anything you see? You might have to zoom in. You might have to check. And if you guessed Illuminati, it's confirmed. Look at this pose. That's a complete triangle. I mean, who sticks their elbows out like this with thumbs up and they're straight? That's a triangle. The way the cards were lined up, all three of them in a triangle. The way Soupy stacked up these cleats, who stacks them like this? Wouldn't you put them individually in there that they would fit right? That wouldn't make sense. That's crazy. Okay, fine. All right. Really, where I was going with this is okay, the only thing that's really specific that looks alike on this is the floor. And what does it tell you? It's a bright lit floor. It's a new floor. It's a good floor. It's all coming together now. Exactly. That's why we do this in the beginning of every live show, right? This is available to everybody. If you want to go to Burlington's website, it's all there. And guess what? There's some other ones also that are opening in, might be your area. So I can leave this here and there would be the end of your discussion. So for all of the haters out there, please give B some recognition. Give them some love. We can't have these haters out here. I'm also showing my age with Dave Chappelle skit, but player haters ball. There's a lot of haters out there. Gotta give the B some credit, leave them some credit, and follow everybody's journey out there that are trying to make it. So that's how we are ending the show. Any other questions? We got like 8 minutes, and we can talk about whatever you want. So we will stop this. We're here. We're talking. So anything else I want to throw in there? Let me go back. Hey. Oh man, this is just a classic skit. Player haters ball, which is kind of funny that social media totally turned into player haters ball. Buck Nasty, Silky Johnson. That's hilarious. Anyone here get In-N-Out Pumas? What is your favorite food? Pizza. Let me see. Let me go back. Hustle B gets a lot of hate because numerous people have DM'd him for help in questions and get kind of stupid answers. Wish you would have done that to him. Even then, like they make fun of me because I don't answer all the DMs. I try to, but trust me, it is rough. And he says I respond to legit questions. Could be so. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in his answers to the DMs. I try to answer mine, and some of them I do not get to. But then again, I think everybody gets questions as far as, should I buy this? What do you think of this? If I send you photos, can you tell me if I should buy this or not? That does get old and frustrating after a while. Do you scan the aisles up and down or left to right? That's a good question. I think I kind of like look up and down, and then I go left and right. So I'm like looking, and then I'm going down the aisle, but still doing this. All right, have you heard of NMDs? Yes, I have. Let me see. Let me go. Eddie, let's take it personal with some of the personal problems. Have you ever thought of paying others a sourcing commission to help you multiply your efforts? That's also a good question. I haven't. I know. Once you start adding some different things, of course, that's going to cut into your profits. It's only going to really benefit you if you have a totally bigger system in place. I don't have enough stores in my area to kind of get that done. I know that even the areas that I'm at, I can do well on my own. But going back to the video where we had two lackluster finds, um, that also means that I have to change part of my sourcing, right? When stores are dead and let's say some things aren't adding up, what are the changes I have to make? I have 3 trips lined up. I am going to go out of town in the next, I think, like month and a half. So I'm trying to go more out of town, get that, come back to source, or even ship it right where I'm at. And then I've been working on something. It's still kind of like a project right now, but I've been working on something that's also um, going to completely change my business, but it's taking some time to figure all that out. And no, I'm not doing courses and guides or books or patrons. They still do garage sales. I haven't done them in a while. Um, my I still do swap meets though. I go on Saturdays most of the time. How tall are you? I'm 5'9", so I'm still short. I'm not 6 foot. If I was, could I dunk? Possibly. Jose, what's up? Let me see. Don't sleep on swap meets or thrift stores. Exactly. That Disney epic find. Exactly. That one was those 2 Disney ones, and the other one was a thrift store find with that big ass Lion King. That one was actually Austin thrift store. The other one was in El Paso. When is Hustlebee going to join the live chat before you're like Jordan and Pippen? We can definitely bring the B on. I think we need a good topic though, like a really good tall for being Hispanic, like a really good topic though that we can go deeper and talk about. Let me see. Favorite basketball team, Lakers right now, and it's been Lakers, but I'm just not thrilled with LeBron and what's going on and missing playoffs and all of that. Let me see. Tall for being Hispanic. Saw that one. Age, sex, location with pics. That's some hustle and muscle. Save that one for the DMs. Hustle and muscle. Then we can not on the chat. Let's see. Rockets. Lob City. 76ers. Let me see. Let me go back up. Did you guys make money on that trip with Hustlebee around 2 years ago where you shipped a bunch of stuff home? That's from Carl Malone, the mailman. I think, well, we did ship from most of the out hustles. There's only some that we fit everything in the duffel bags that we took home. But for the most part, I mean, we've just gone through different phases, I think, of like what's available in that area. And that most of them we come out making money unless it was like really bad where we break even. And I think that one was the California one. And was there another one that we broke even on? I know that one for sure because that California one was rough. But for the most part, it's playing it smart and getting the shipping stuff done. We've made really good money. I think that Atlanta one that we got those cleats was probably one of the better ones. Maybe we could do, unless we did like a full out hustled breakdown where me and B could talk about it, then we could. First Chicago trip. Oh yeah, that one was pretty bad too. Okay, so there we go. There's 2 of them. B cusses too much, demonetized. That's true. That's true. We'd have to really censor them. Come to Miami. It's from Eddie. Heading to Orlando this weekend. There we go. So Ross Shallington, let us know what you get. In Orlando, you can try to find Carlos and you will be invading his territory. Let me see. Out Hustled Colorado. We do have me and Jeff, aka Soupies, do have a miniature Out Hustled where we went around Denver. So if you want to check that video out, it is a little bit older. You have to go through the archives. And Denver was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but that was only like, 2 or 3 days that we were there. Let me see. Stay out of Houston. What if a customer calls you out on the item being at Ross and then lowballs you? Do you take their offer? No. That's only one customer. Not all of them are going to do that. And some of them are salty. I mean, if they knew it was from Ross, then they should just go find it at Ross. If they want to pay the full price, they could buy it from you. Let's see. Do you use offer up to sell? I don't. And Mercari a little bit. Episode idea: rank the out hustled cities. We could do that. Do you ever bother with clearance cleats at Ross? Not really. Um, and the huge ones, I know. I mean, they could pay off in the long run, but we also know they're going to be there for a while. So I really don't mess with them. Would NBA player shoes exploding on court make that model more valuable out in the wild? I don't think so. We'll find out. I mean, Zion was wearing the 2.5 PGs, and that shoe in general wasn't even selling that good. So I don't see it helping, especially exploding. I like that question. Let me see. Where am I? I got lost. Okay. Have you ever used the specific animal app? It's been working pretty well for me. I have, and it is good. Some low ballers are also there, but that's part of the business. But yes, it's a good app. Let me see. Thanks for the answer. Appreciate it. Thanks, Andrew, for watching. If you have if you have to move for a job, would you get a place near Nike outlet with longer commute, or close to all the Goodwills and Ross and near work? I like the idea of Goodwills and Ross near work because there's also probably a post office near. So now you can make all your trips at once. Chiva, the Chiva app, exactly. What are your favorite apps to resell? eBay. Love these videos. That's my favorite app to resell. I've done well with offer up to $1.50 cleats. So there we go. I mean, offer up Mercari, trying to mix things up. Ever hustled Shoe Carnival? I have, and it wasn't good. It wasn't pretty, but I did try it. Let me see. Let me go back up. Do you have stalkers that consistently lowball your stuff? I'm starting to get that. I have stalkers that will send me DM or send me messages through my eBay. Glenn, what do you think about this? Should I buy this? It's funny. I get the same DMs, but actually going through my eBay. Glenn, I love the channel. Should I buy this? I get more of that more than anything. Cindy, $5. Love these videos. Thank you. Super chat. Shout out to you. I like that. Thanks for the $5. Adding that in for our total for the day. And Andrew, $4.99. Also, you answered my question. Got to show my support. Thanks for keeping it real with your viewers, even though you're growing. So thank you. Appreciate that, Andrew. Also with the $4.99. So a nice little back-to-back super chat. Edward Sneaker Hands, what's up? We saw him in Tampa. And Hustle and Muscle, thanks. Like, subscribe, and share. Yes. Eddie, $3. Great content. Keep it up. Eddie, thank you too for the super chat, adding that in there. So shout out to all three, Eddie, Andrew, and Cindy. And let me go back up. Facebook Marketplace has been kind to me lately. Mile High Hustle. That's also good too. That's a nice little extra one to use. Also, have you seen Finish Line's online sales? I have seen that, but I've been late, like way late to the game. But people have been getting, like you said, Project Rock, $36, Reacts for $45, Air Max 95 Premiums, $43.50. I don't know what's going on. I thought it was like a glitch type of thing, but apparently they did it again. People taking advantage. So props to them for finding that deals if you're able to strike for Finish Line. Let me see. How do you know when to pass on Ross Fine shoes specifically? Well, we got to look at how many people are selling it. How much money do we have to invest? How much money do we want to make? What's our ROI? 40%, 50%? What are we looking at here? Those type of factors. And of course, the completed listings. What did it sell for the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? We got to do the research. That's like 4 or 5 random factors. There's probably more that come into play. but those are what I would probably start off with. G Customs 41 for Balti. You want to look for my name. Mile High Hustle. Gotta keep the super chat rolling and going. You rock. Thanks, Hustle B2, even though he's in the penalty box. That's hilarious. Mile High Hustle, $10. Thanks for that. Chico's Tacos for everybody. Glenn is buying. Keep up the super chat. Now I owe everybody Chico's Tacos, which are 3 rolled tacos with government cheese on top. And they're in expired tomato sauce. It's the best. And when the B comes in, he's going to try it. And it might mess up his stomach, but that's a chance we're willing to make. Eugene, $10 super chat. Thanks for that too. Eugene and Mile High Hustle, $10 back to back. Appreciate that big time. Throwing it in there. And let me see. Click the dollar in the chat. Hustle in silence. $5. Michael throwing it in. Super chats coming in. Made $100 because of your videos in 48 hours. Thanks. Congrats to you. Not only that, because you actually took action to get the fines, to list the fines, to ship the fines. I might have helped. You did the rest. So congrats to you. Michael, do you think shoes sell better during NBA season? I think they sell better for like middle school, high school, those type of seasons, because people need shoes, especially like hyper dunks or football cleats, untouchables, things that they want or that they need for the field. I think that helps, like seasons for athletes all around. Besides the Christmas months, what months do you find you sell more overall? Summer is usually a little bit slower, but usually maybe July, August, we'll see an increase. And then, of course, Q4, kind of as it gets closer, we'll see more. But even January, I think, January and February of this year was actually better than previous years. So I think people had some gift cards, Christmas money to burn, and so they threw that in there. And there we go. We're done. Any other questions? Let me know before we go. Man, we're over 8:07 my time. But anything else you want to throw in there for questions, I can answer them. And if not, then next week we'll have January to February tax refunds. Very true. Don't get me started on the tax stuff. We got to figure that out. Even though it was, April 15th? Oh, man, it's coming up. Do you buy SBs? I had a pair of Dunks, but haven't worn them in a while. Thanks for the info. Appreciate it. Thanks for everybody coming by and watching the live show, Pittsburgh meetup. We're working on some sort of East area. And thank you to Mr. B. Yes, thank you, Mr. B, for being in. Thanks, Mr. B, for being in the chat. So, all right. Thanks. We'll see you guys next week. Go out and get it.